In fact, it's a big aspect of the life of a Muslim, taking care of the environment. Unfortunately, most of us have abandoned it, or probably we do not consider it as necessary or important. But Allah said that we have to do this. And we're also going looking for a tree that will not only serve as a shade, but will serve as food and will also be medicinal.
For members of the society, tree planting is crucial for environmental stewardship. They emphasize the need for collective action in protecting the planet.
I'm somebody that believes in the green environment. And we are not just planting ordinary trees. We are planting a tree that is a fruit, it's a medicine, it's a fruit that can rejuvenate human being. So it's a fruit that everybody should be proud of. Both the fruit itself, the leaf, the bark, everything is very, very good for every human being.
The Prophet has always enjoyed people to plant trees to keep the environment lively. And there are lots of laws in our society, policies all over the world. People are talking of climate change. We are talking of desertification. If you go to places like Daura and beyond towards Niger Republic, you see what we call they call them tree belts or so. People plant a lot of trees. The idea is to make sure that the desert does not encroach southwards again, and the only way to check it is to be planting trees.
The tree planting initiative coincides with the celebration of Prophet Muhammad's birth, emphasizing the Islamic values of environmental stewardship and community service. The Al-Habibia Islamic Society's commitment to sustainability serves as a model for collective action. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Meanwhile, considered as the most influential figure in human history, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is revered by more than 1 billion people across the globe, referencing his life and teachings which shaped the course of humanity in profound ways. In this special report, Onoto Yakubu takes us through the life and times of the Prophet Muhammad, a journey that transcends faith and culture.
The seal of the prophets, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is regarded by the Muslim Ummah globally as the final hope and pillar of salvation for humanity. Born in the bustling city of Makkah in 570 AD, Muhammad's early life was marked by both tragedy and hardship. Orphaned at a young age, he was raised by his uncle Abu Talib, but despite this, he became known as Al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy. Makkah at that time was a hub of commerce and religious domination by the Quraysh tribe who controlled the Kaaba, a sacred site riddled with inequality, social injustice, and tribal conflicts. Muhammad, as a young man, would often retreat to the cave of Hira, where he sought solace and contemplation away from the corruption of that era. At the age of 40, Muhammad experienced the event that forever changed his life and thus the world. According to religious historians, Muhammad's early revelations of the scriptures of the Holy Quran were focused on monotheism, justice, and moral behavior. These messages resonated with the poor and marginalized, but were seen as a threat by the Quraysh elites who feared losing control over the religious and economic powers they held in Makkah. Muhammad and his followers fled to the city of Medina in what became known as the Hijrah in 622 AD. In 630 AD, Muhammad returned to Makkah not as a conqueror, but a liberator, called for the protection of life, property, and dignity. As well, he reminded Muslims of their responsibility to uphold justice and fairness, a model for governance, morality, and ethical conduct. Onoto Yakubu, NTA News.
And with me in the studio to further discuss on the significance of the day is the director, Al-Habibia Islamic Society, and it's no other person than Ibrahim Idris. You're welcome to NTA Channel 5.
Thank you.
Well, now, Maulid Nabi is an annual commemoration, but I just want you to tell us the spiritual significance of this celebration.
Well, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born on a Monday on 12th Rabiul Awwal. That personality has been described by Allah in the Holy Quran when He said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the entire universe. Even by this statement, Muhammad has become a symbol of mercy and blessing. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Therefore, it is worth celebrating the coming of a mercy to the entire universe, not only to mankind, not only to other creatures, but the entire universe. It is therefore worth celebrating. Incidentally, he was asked, why do you fast every Monday? He said, because I was born on a Monday. It means Maulud should even be celebrated weekly, every Monday. There are various ways of celebrating Maulud. But you can see even from Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society, we dedicated this year's Maulud to tree planting. Not only tree planting because of its significance, but a special species of plant that takes care of many diseases. There is a wisdom behind this. We should celebrate the Prophet. We should appreciate the coming of a mercy to the entire universe, and we should celebrate it, but in a modest and Islamic way, like this example from Al-Habibiyya.
Thank you very much. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, demonstrated virtues that mankind has been struggling to imbibe. Now, how can we use this period to renew our faith, especially at this time?
Very, very important question. Prophet Muhammad is a symbol of mercy. He's a symbol of justice. He's a symbol of fairness. He's a symbol of transparency, accountability. He's a symbol of taking care of the downtrodden and the less privileged in the society. This is a lesson for both the leaders and the led. He's a symbol of patience. He's a symbol of perseverance under persecution. This is where the led are involved. Therefore, we should look at this in a balanced way. The leaders should fear Allah and be just, fair, and equitable to the led. The led should be patient. There's no point in abusing leaders. There's no point in rising against leaders, playing war against leaders. We should therefore imbibe these wonderful attributes and good virtues of Prophet Muhammad in applying it in this our present quagmire, this our present economic woes, this our present scarcity of so many things, where big money cannot buy good things but few things in the society.
Thank you very much, Director Ibrahim Idris. I would have loved to have more time with you, but we fear for our time. I hope you'll come to our studio
Inshallah.
Anytime
At your service.
So, thank you very much. Now, moving on, President Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, Dr. James Ekarere Nemenebo, says strong bonding and networking of members out of their busy professional schedule is key to an efficient and productive system. This was the encouragement he brought to the maiden edition of the Rainbow Picnic organized by the Professional Women Accountants in Nigeria, Pro1. Abdullah Ajay has details from the carnival-like event.
It was a symbolic and a fun-filled rainbow picnic, the first of a kind by the Professional Women Accountant in Nigeria ahead of their national conference. Enthusiastic members representing the 6 geopolitical zones gathered for the event-packed competition. The social gathering provided a healthy platform to unwind and fraternize while moving the professional body forward.
Accountants are like people of the 4th estate of the realm. We are every day in the office, calculating, balancing, checking, knowing who has change, who has no change. There is a good time to create fun. When your mind is relaxed, you stay better to work.
The contest among their respective groups and colors began with a march past, egg race, water race, tug of war, and dance competition. Winners emerged in all the events, and prizes as well as trophies were presented. Accountants, just like many other professionals, work through tight schedules that hardly provide time to unwind. This event, the organizers say, was carefully planned to create an atmosphere of relaxation with the intent to also network for more professional competencies.
The idea behind it is to take the professional women accountants outside their accounting schedule and to bring them to a field where they'll be able to let out the heat and at the same time learn what is the norm of the day.
The event was a brainchild of Pro and National Executive Council members, which members described as a success. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And now to education. The transnational education policy introduced by federal government will go a long way in developing local skills, reducing brain drain, and easing pressure on local education system. Vice Chancellor Nasarawa State University, Kefi, Professor Saadatu Hassan Liman, stated this during the first matriculation of students of Lincoln University College, Malaysia, Nasarawa State University, Kefi campus. Muhammad Awal has details.
These students are the products of transnational educational initiative of federal government with foreign universities, which Lincoln University College, Malaysia, Nasarawa University Kefi campus had its first matriculation.
I now invite you to read and recite the oath for today.
Vice Chancellor Nasarawa University Kefi, Professor Saadatu Hassan Liman, says being the first citadel of learning in Nigeria to host foreign teaching institution approved by National Universities Commission, standard will be set for better outputs.
We are very, very happy to have been the first to start this program, and not only that, we are very happy today we are matriculating the first set of our students.
Almost 2,400 students whom we are giving scholarships 80%. In other words, they will be paying almost like Nigerian government university tuition fees.
There's a new wave of change in the educational ecosystem of Nigeria that is geared toward assisting both the have and the have-nots.
So matriculants express optimism of excellent academic pursuits.
The joy of the moment, feel very excited. Yeah, to be finally matriculated.
They should expect the best since they've made the best decisions by bringing me to this school.
Being a product of somewhere that is recognized globally, yes, they should expect something wonderful.
It has been interesting and hectic as expected of a nursing student because we have been prepared for the outside world.
With more than 2,000 students matriculated, it is hope more universities will key into the enterprise so that brain drain and the burden of managing a large number of candidates seeking admission into Nigerian universities will be eased. From Kefi, Muhammad Awalu, NTA News.
Up next is Sports Brief.
Nigeria under-20 women's national team, the Falconet, touched down at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, Abuja, after they were knocked out of the ongoing 2024 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The 2010 and 2014 finalists lost 1-2 to the firepower of Japan in the round of 16 with goals from Japanese forward Matsunaka and Hijikata, who scored in the 33rd and 65th minutes. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football has confirmed Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania as the countries for 2027 Championship of African Nations. The president of the body made the declaration during his visit to Kenya. To athletics, Team Lagos swimmers Chioma Kanu, Sokumbi Tobi and Ezumba Chidelu shone brightly, claiming medals in swimming, while Sunday Emmanuel also won a bronze in the weightlifting event at the 2024 Youth Games. With sports brief, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for translations. Good evening.
azani ba jilo ba yeyi ba ci ba we wize ko kwa we wona na iwo abada zaza ishan da jezuma woni ye wa ko ba ngai gbedogun salaya no aiko ge alhabiai baku obejin na bai abe aje injesun ba ku bedna gmaji na bai ge agodia ajin abwa ekiya pma no abede mbabele hawa gimba wona le sheba we be na bedai wa gan ge gbedogun ku ashun shi na bai ge to nu ajin kwa jin ekinku chichi lonu ko isafi injesun shokoshonu gbedogun yan na yo faod ademi woni ba shi gabie nu ashun shiba we nga ge atashi ashun na ba ge ba bwa yin kun jin amma ba majin jesun nai lafiya sapa gabie gbedogun yan aza mbanu yepe lolo nu ajiwe doku sapa Dr. James Ekerere wa gange tuntun shin no aje ko vivi mbwa idnado ko jin zokonu no tuntun jin ba lo nu abie danu ikinye injesun npeye nkoyin Abdullahi Ajia ona le sheba we be na bedai wa gange gbedogun koyin we mi azaji beda pekele inu osanu gbedogun ye jije nanu okinzinda aiga aje ayukaya yepe nu gwamnati agange ajin awuko aiga abi bedonu akin ajeyan Muhammad Awolu wa gange wuye pia ba majin nu abwa tuntun bedonu ayepe ajeyi nu nkonu ba jin ya mwalo nu abie pepe nanu ekinye nsai mwabeye njesun na bage osan kwa chesaya mwamwa kwa lo nu abie gbabie majin ayepe zanba adnagmanya nasarawa kiya nkonu ginlo nu nkefi Professor Sa'adatu Hassan Liman woni dade nsai nu abegin agna abi punsin am nchei mba ne ginlo ba zan yepe dnagman zan nu ayoko ge koli malasia nkonu ginlo nu nasarawa kin nkefi sana abegin agna ba me nchei ye ebeda zoni na bai ani kin chanson saisu
Masu kallo, Assalamu alaikum barkamu da warhaka kamar yadda aka saba a takaice ga fasarar wasu daga cikin labaranmu na yau mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. Ƙungiyar Alhabibiyya ta sake nuna ƙoƙarin da take yi na gyara muhallin al'umma tare da ɗaukar ƙwararan matakin inganta rayuwar jama'a ta hanyar shuka bishiyoyi domin magance matsalar hamada. Wakiliyar Hawa Gimba ta shaida mana cewa limamin masallacin ƙungiyar Imam Fuad Adeyemi shi ne ya jagoranci 'yan ƙungiyar zuwa shuka bishiyoyin da amfaninsu ba kawai ƙayata inda aka shuka su ba ne, zai taimaka wajen samar da alfanu masu tarin yawa ga lafiyar al'umma mazauna yankin da kuma ci gaban rayuwarsu. Shugaban ƙungiyar Akawu ta ƙasa Dr. James Ekerere Neminebo ya ce samun jajircewa a tsakankanin 'yan ƙungiyar shi ne mabuɗin ci gaba da samun nasararta da ci gabansu. Wakilin Abdullahi Haji ya rawaito mana cewa shugaban ya bayyana haka ne a matsayin kiran gyara kayanka domin ci gaban ƙungiyar a taron ƙarawa juna sani da ƙungiyar mata Akawu ta ƙasa ta shirya. An bayyana matakan bunƙasa ilimin ƙasa da gwamnatin tarayya ta ɗauka a matsayin abin da zai yi tasiri na tsawon lokaci wajen ciyar da ƙananan sana'o'i gaba, rage illolin jahilci da nauyi akan tsarin ilimin ƙananan hukumomi. Wakilinmu Muhammad Awal ya shaida mana cewa shugabar jami'ar jihar Nasarawa, Farfesa Sa'adatu Hassan Liman, ita ce ta bayyana haka a taron farko na ƙaddamar da ɗaliban jami'ar Lincoln Malaysia da ke jihar Nasarawa. To a taƙaice labaran namu ne kenan, sai kuma gobe idan Allah ya kai mu. Allah ta shi mu lafiya.
Nnọọ n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa, aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. Otu ndị okpukperechi Islam akpọrọ Ala Bibi ya amalitela ịkụ osisi n'isi ala anyị, bụ nke ha na-eme iji chekwaba gburugburu maka ọdịnihu. Hawa Gimba wetara akụkọ na onyeisi imam na ya bụ otu akpọrọ Ala Bibi ya, Fuad Adeyemi, kpọọ ndị otu a gaa ịzụ osisi. O kwere nghọta na osisi ndị a ga-enye aka chọọ ogige ndị ahụ mma ma bụrụkwa ihe ga-enye aka kwalite ahụike ndị mmadụ. Onyeisi otu National Accountant of Nigeria, Dọkịta James Ekerare, ekwuola na ịnọsi ike na mmekọrịta nke otu a n'agbanyeghị na ha enweghị ohere bụ ihe na-enyere otu aka iguzosi ike. Abdullahi Ajiya wetara akụkọ na nke a bụ okwu agbamume e nyere ndị otu a mgbe ha na-eme emume ntụrụndụ agba nke abụọ ha nke ụmụ nwanyị ndị ọkammụta nọ n'otu Women Accountants n'ala anyị chịkọbara n'isi ala anyị. Agụmakwụkwọ a na-agụ n'ala anyị eji usoro mba ọzọ na-akụzi ihe bụ nke gọọmenti ala anyị hiwere abụrụla nke a hụtara dịka nke ga-akwalite akaọrụ dị iche iche. Onye ọrụ anyị Muhammad Awalu wetara akụkọ na onyeisi na Mahadum steeti Nasarawa, Ọkammụta Sadatu Hassan Liman, kwuru nke a mgbe ha mere emume eji anabata ụmụ akwụkwọ ọhụrụ na mahadum a agba nke mbụ na Mahadum Lincoln Malaysia dị na steeti Nasarawa. Igbo bụ Igbo, ebe a ka anyị pịachiri nke taa. Sonyere anyị n'ihe oge a echi niile. Ndewo.
Ẹ káalẹ́ o, ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí gbọ̀nyìn láti lè ṣe amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún l'Àbújá. Ọláyínká Adéníjì ni oníròyìn yín. Àwọn ọmọ ìjọ Islam ti Àlìyà Bìbíyà tó ti gbéṣe wọn dé lọ́tẹ̀ yìí, igi gbígbìn ni wọ́n gùn lé láti lè rí dájú pé ààbò tó péye wà kárí ìlú, pàápàá jùlọ ní agbègbè wọn, ní ìrètí ọrọ̀ ọ̀gbìn ọjọ́ ọ̀la láìsí làálàá. Aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Hawa Gimba jábọ̀ wípé Imam Fuad Adeyemi ti ìjọ yìí ló ṣáájú àwọn múmìnì àti múmìnà fún ètò yìí, ní èyí tí wọ́n gbà wípé kì í ṣe láti mú agbègbè náà dára nìkan, bí kò ṣe pé yóò tún ṣèpèsè ààbò tó nípọn nígẹ̀ fún agbègbè ọ̀hún ní ọjọ́ iwájú. Ààrẹ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ oníṣirò tó kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí, ìyẹn Anan, ọ̀mọ̀wé James Ekerare Nẹ̀mínẹ́bọ̀, ti fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ látàrí bí ọwọ́ àti àkókò wọn ṣe máa ń dí tó ní àkókò eré tirẹ̀, ó gbọ́dọ̀ sì ní àkókò eré tirẹ̀ bó ti wù kórí, ní èyí tí ó fún kó wá wọn ní àlàáfíà. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Abdullahi Ajiya ṣe jábọ̀, ó ní èyí ló mú kí wọ́n pàgede ètò eré ìdárayá àkọ́kọ́ irú rẹ̀ tí wọ́n pè ní ìdárayá olóṣùmàrè Rainbow Clinic èyí tí àwọn ògbóǹtarìgì obìnrin tó kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè níṣirò lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ìyẹn Pro1 ṣe agbátẹrù rẹ̀. Ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìlú òkèèrè tálájùmọ̀ṣe pẹ̀lú ìjọba orílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ní ìgbàgbọ́ wípé ọ̀sán rẹ̀ yóò so dídùn bó ti wù kórí látàrí wípé ìdàgbàsókè tó péye yóò mú bá irúfẹ́ àwọn ènìyàn tí wọn kò lérò wípé àwọn sì lè kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gíga onírọ̀rùn ní àìlọ sí ìlú ọba. Tó ìròyìn ọ̀hún kò ní jù báyìí lọ. Èmi olórin kọ́ńbọ̀ àgbọ̀nsà ìlú oníkórì kásùn láyọ̀.